Ray Dalio, Principles for Dealing with the Changing World Order, Why Nations Succeed and Fail. In Principles for Dealing with the Changing World Order, Ray Dalio navigates the ebb and flow of global empires over centuries, unpacking the patterns of ascent and decline that have shaped world history. Centered around the concept of the big cycle, the book offers a compelling look at how empires rise, peak, and inevitably fall. This summary distills key insights on 8 critical indicators that determine a nation's standing, from educational quality to military capacity, and examines modern powers like the US and China through this lens. Readers can expect a thorough exploration of historical cycles, current geopolitical dynamics, and strategic foresight for navigating future shifts, especially for investors. Through Dalio's methodical approach, the book provides a roadmap for understanding the complexities of global power changes and the opportunities and risks they present in today's interconnected world.
Unveiling the Big Cycle. What do the Dutch, British, and American empires share in their histories? Each one ascended and then declined over a span of roughly 250 years, and the clock is ticking on America's dominance. There are insights suggesting that the process of American decline is already underway. This is where the concept known as the Big Cycle comes into play, proposing that the rise and fall of empires follows a predictable rhythm throughout history. The Big Cycle theory is far from arbitrary. Spanning the past 500 years, it identifies a repeated sequence where empires experience periods of peace and prosperity, marked by booming innovation and growth, followed by times of turmoil, characterized by conflicts over power and resources. During these peaceful epochs, living standards soar, but their subsequent decline often sees wealth and stability crumble. Alarmingly, few perceive the end when immersed in the grandeur of empire. Central to the Big Cycle is understanding how power dynamics shift globally. This comprehension not only marks the end of one era but also offers insights into future trajectories, highlighting the importance of readiness to adapt to shifting tides. Investors, in particular, can use this knowledge to navigate the changing landscape effectively. So, what indicators should you watch to gauge a nation's power? The author proposes 8 critical factors: the quality of education, innovation and technological growth, performance in global markets, economic productivity, global trade proportion, military strength, influence in the financial sector, and the dominance of a nation's currency as a global standard. Monitoring these factors provides a lens to view a nation's current status relative to its historical performance, revealing whether it is on an upward or downward trajectory. Understanding these underpinnings of the Big Cycle provides a roadmap to identifying how empires emerge and collapse. While the decline of every empire begins with subtle signs, recognizing them requires a keen awareness of both history and present trends, prominently showcased by these 8 indicators. As the journey into the complexities of empire progression continues, one pivotal question remains to explore: how are empires originally forged? This is the next intriguing segment of our exploration. The empire's rise. Large conflicts, such as wars, often serve as catalysts for new empires to emerge. In the aftermath of such turmoil, strong leaders and enhanced military capacities step forward to reshape nations. The Meiji Restoration in Japan exemplifies this, as it transformed a feudal society into a modern industrial power during the late 19th century's global colonial conflicts. By proactively building robust institutions, Japan ensured long-term stability in economic growth, hallmarks of a rising empire. One key indicator of an emerging empire is educational quality. A nation must focus on developing a highly skilled workforce and fostering a culture of innovation. The United States provides a prime example. Post-Civil War, substantial investments in public education and literacy laid the foundation for its emergence as a global superpower after World War II. Another marker of imperial strength is economic productivity. During the Industrial Revolution, Britain leveraged innovation and technological advancements in machinery and industry to boost its economy. This established Britain as the preeminent trade power of the era. Britain's development of complex financial markets further cemented its global standing. Throughout the 19th century, international trade was often conducted in British pound sterling, effectively making it the global currency standard, a position overtaken by the US dollar post-World War II. Possessing the global reserve currency brings considerable advantages, particularly in borrowing capacity and exerting financial influence, thus amplifying economic expansion. However, the cycle of prosperity can lead to complacency, planting the seeds for an empire's downfall. As nations bask in continued success, they risk overlooking emerging challenges, setting the stage for potential decline, a theme to be explored in subsequent sections. The cycle of empire. Empires rise and fall according to predictable patterns, with internal decay often the precursor to external defeat. A glance at history, such as the decline of the Roman Empire, reveals that internal decadence and social fragmentation paved the way for vulnerability to outside pressures. Today, the modern American empire mirrors this trajectory, as prosperity breeds complacency. The central focus on consumerism and entertainment increasingly overshadows the work ethic and innovative drive that were once key to America's rise to power, particularly affecting the younger generation who inherit unprecedented wealth but show diminishing motivation for creation and innovation. This societal shift is not without consequences. The American dream, now fueled by luxury, has fostered unprecedented levels of household debt. Combined with extensive military expenditures, national debt soars toward unsustainable heights, threatening economic stability. Past evidence, like the 2008 financial crisis, shows that empires struggling with such financial burdens can't indefinitely borrow their way out of crises. Coupled with rising economic inequality, where wealth increasingly concentrates among the upper classes, the seeds of significant political tensions are sown. Inequality and financial instability create fertile grounds for social unrest and populist movements demanding redistribution of wealth. However, empires often resist relinquishing power. Unheeded demands lead to boiling tensions, setting the stage for potential conflict. Meanwhile, other nations catch up, adopting and adapting the empire's technologies and economic models, China being a contemporary example. As this instability crescendos, internal and external crises merge into a formidable challenge the struggling empire cannot withstand. This may lead to financial collapse, currency devaluation, or defaults on loans, causing the nation to become embroiled in internal conflicts or even civil war. Amidst such internal chaos, focus on broader geopolitics diminishes, enabling rivals to gain strength and potentially rise to challenge the weakening empire. This shift often culminates in global-scale warfare, marking the collapse of one empire and the ascent of another. The cyclical nature of empire-building resumes as new global leaders emerge, founding new institutions, alliances, and currencies, continuing the everlasting imperial dance. Understanding this cyclical pattern of rise and decline helps us interpret the current global imperial status and foresee potential future developments. The US-China power struggle. Picture a world spun on the axis of a fierce rivalry between two giants, the United States and China. As the future unfolds, this dynamic dance not only defines their destiny but also casts its ripple effect across the globe. Beyond the familiar headlines and political soundbites, it's evident that these two titans are locking horns in a battle that will shape the coming decades. America, despite its current political turbulence and systemic inequalities, remains a formidable entity. Innovation still pulses strongly within its borders, a fact underscored by its dominance in the tech industry with giants like Google and Apple leading the way. Militarily, the US flexes unparalleled muscle, its defense budget eclipsing the combined spending of the next 9 countries, including China. The American dollar, the reigning champion of global currency reserves at 60%, further anchors its global influence. Meanwhile, in the East, China's rise is nothing short of a phoenix rising. Over 2 decades, its share of global GDP has skyrocketed from 4% to 18%, propelled by colossal investments in global infrastructure, encapsulated by the ambitious Belt and Road Initiative spanning 140 nations. In technology, China is not merely content to follow, it's sprinting hard to surpass, with companies such as Huawei becoming innovators in critical areas like 5G technology. However, China's ascent isn't without hurdles. Its demographics, haunted by the shadows of the one-child policy, present a stark challenge as the nation grapples with an aging population. The political system, tightly controlled and rigid, poses a double-edged sword, offering stability but risking stagnation by potentially stifling the free flow of ideas and talent. Environmental issues loom large as well, with China being the world's largest CO2 emitter, a responsibility that may become increasingly burdensome. Amidst this epic saga of rivalry and growth, other players like India and the European Union stand on the sidelines, each with their own strengths and emerging potential, but none yet matching the clout of the US and China. India's burgeoning population and tech industry, coupled with the EU's economic heft, illustrate a shifting landscape where developing nations are becoming the wildcards of global development. A rising global south signals a tectonic shift in traditional power structures, suggesting that the future may be written not by one superpower but by a concert of emerging forces. In this era of tectonic shifts and strategic realignments, the story of the US and China serves as a crucial chapter in understanding the global narrative. The world watches as these giants chart their courses, each move reverberating beyond their borders, inevitably influencing economies and geopolitics worldwide. Whether you're an investor, policymaker, or simply a global citizen, navigating this unfolding story means recognizing not just the raw power at play but also the intricate pathways being carved on the world stage. Navigating global shifts. In today's world, we're amid significant global shifts, presenting both risks and opportunities that require a proactive and adaptable approach. While American influence remains strong, it's crucial to prepare for potential changes by embracing adaptability across geopolitical, technological, and environmental landscapes. Recognizing and understanding recurring patterns, such as major economic cycles, and being prepared for unforeseen events, are essential for success. Technology is racing ahead with breakthroughs in AI and automation, which are expected to boost global GDP by an astounding $15.7 trillion by 2030. This surge presents lucrative opportunities for those investing in tech-forward firms poised to lead in AI. Simultaneously, cryptocurrencies and central bank digital currencies, CBDCs, have carved out significant roles in the global financial sphere. By late 2021, the crypto market capitalization soared to $2 trillion, highlighting its growing influence, while China's digital yuan experiment signals potential seismic shifts in global trade. Staying informed on these rapid developments is crucial, as the financial landscape undergoes constant transformation. Parallel to technological advancements, climate change is reshaping economic and investment strategies. In 2020, the world invested $300 billion in renewable energy, largely in wind and solar power, yet climate change poses significant risks with projections suggesting rising sea levels could displace 140 million people by 2050. Such disruptions hold the potential to devastate major urban centers like Miami and Shanghai, potentially resulting in a financial impact estimated at $23 trillion by mid-century. Investors should therefore focus on companies working on climate adaptation and mitigation technologies while strategically diversifying portfolios to include climate-resilient sectors and regions. In addition to these strategies, maintaining a diversified portfolio is crucial. This includes a mix of equities, bonds, real estate, and commodities, which historically reduce portfolio volatility by 20% compared to less diverse holdings. Scenario planning also remains vital, ensuring portfolio resilience against major market shifts or unexpected global crises. At the heart of successful investing in turbulent times is a well-balanced blend of growth-oriented and defensive assets, ready to withstand whatever challenges the historical cycle presents. Stay informed, stay vigilant, and prepare for the global shifts that lie ahead. Embracing adaptability and diversification in response to these evolving dynamics allows you to utilize emerging opportunities and mitigate potential threats, safeguarding your investment's future in an uncertain world.
As Principles for Dealing with the Changing World Order draws to a close, Ray Dalio leaves readers with a profound understanding of the cyclical nature of global powers, emphasizing the inevitability of change. The summary highlights that while established powers like the US may currently dominate, rising forces like China and developing nations are reshaping the geopolitical landscape. The 8 indicators explored provide a framework for assessing a nation's potential for ascent or decline. Dalio stresses the importance of remaining adaptable in an era marked by rapid technological, environmental, and economic transformations and outlines strategies for investors to respond effectively to these shifts. Ultimately, the book underscores the power of foresight in mitigating risks and capitalizing on opportunities, equipping readers with the insights needed to thrive amid the relentless cycles of history.